What's up, guys? I'm Daemonxel, and we have new structures, new implants, and huge buffs to ships all around. That's right, it is patch day, and this is your Eve Echoes game news. So, let's talk about it. Before we get started, you know what I'm going to do. That's right, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then of course you'll stay up to date with everything I do here on the channel. Now, yes, it is patch night, and they have brought some huge changes to the game. We're going to talk about them here, get kind of like a first glimpse of what's going on, my take on it, and of course, we're going to see what's going on. But we also have... Of course, you're going to see it here in game. It's not up on the Discord yet. It's not on their website yet, but Honk has taken care of it. That's right. I'm going to be doing a separate video on honk.click and all the possibilities that website has for you. But they do have a section of it called Patch, where it's going to take the latest patch notes, put it up so it's easier to read and you don't have to launch your game for it. So let's go ahead and do that, all right? So, of course, we know the maintenance is going to be tonight. It would have already taken effect by the time you watch this, because this video will go live tomorrow. So, it first starts off with the new contents of the game and the new structures. The first one being the Asteroid Detection Array, which basically is used for monitoring in-system asteroid anomalies. And basically all this is going to do is going to increase the level of the asteroid belts detected in your system. It can be anchored to any system that you have sovereignty with, and it's effectively applied to any newly discovered asteroid belts. It says that, of course, all these structures, the effects will go up if you upgrade your corporation tech tree. Now, don't worry, you don't have to hunt for the blueprints for these. These are going to automatically be spawned inside the Gita market, so you go ahead and just buy them. Of course, we don't have prices for them as of right now. And the enhancement tech for this is basically going to improve the effectiveness, and it unlocks that corporation level 5. So, we next are going into the new implants, and what those implants bring for the levels they have. So the first one, we have Artillery Cover. It says here it's suitable for all types of cannons. This implant passively increases the cannon's ammo charge and firing power, increases the firing interval, and deals a higher percentage of damage. First of all, you got Fire Coverage, which increases the tracking speed when activated. These are for better small, fast-moving targets, but it reduces the effect of your passives. On level 15, you're going to unlock Artillery Support, as well as Ballistic Prediction. Of course, you're going to choose which one you want to go with. And on the support, it's going to increase the accuracy fall-off, so long range, and the ballistic prediction is going to increase your tracking speed. When firing, the part of the accuracy fall-off range will be calibrated to the optimal range, and that's good for your medium and close range combat. At level 30, and I love the name of this, you're going to unlock the Armor Melter. It increases the thermal damage and deals more thermal damage to targets with low thermal shield resistance. And Blast Charge, which increases the explosive damage and penetrates a small amount of explosive resistance, but deals reduced kinetic damage. So, at level 45, if you go full boat in this, you're going to get Full Salvo, which launches a saturation strike on the enemy shortly after activation. Deals light damage to targets in range, even if it misses, but it has no effect if it hits the enemy successfully. Of course, it says here as a caveat, the damage depends on the weapon size, range, distance to target, flight velocity, signature radius, and other parameters, good for suppressing small and medium high-speed targets. Now, does this implant beat the all-around barrage implant? I'm not sure. You know, I really have not explored, and I know you're all going to get on me on this. I still do not have all the implants. No, I do not have them. I do have Barrage. I just have not leveled it. I do not have the in-game currency to do such, and I haven't really had the time to actually, play the game over the last few months. So I'm dropping in and out, getting the stories for you guys. I'm doing a few things in-game, but I really have not had the time to sit down and just grind for ISK or grind for the materials needed to boost the implants. So it is what it is. But let's move on to the next one, which is the Aerospace Tactics Implant. And this is a new drone implant. And it's basically made for drones, fighters, and lightweight ships. It passively improves the drone's high-speed combat capability, increases their damage and flight velocity, and reduces their inertia modifiers. So, level 1, you're going to get the aerial combat determination. When activated, it increases the effective range of the drone commands, excluding fighters, but it significantly reduces the flight velocity of the drones and fighters and increases the range. So they can go further, but they're going to be slower. So don't think you're going to be catching a lot of those fast frigates with this implant engaged. But this is also suitable for damage avoidance or enhancing firepower, and also for sentry drones. Let's see, at 15 you're going to unlock both the combat technique, close combat technique, and the mighty arsenal. The combat technique enhances your close combat capabilities. It's your drone's tracking speed for the turrets and rockets and missile explosion velocity, and reduces their signature radius. So basically, the tracking speed for all this stuff is going to go up, and their signature radius is going to come down. So yes, they're going to take a little bit less damage because it's going to be harder to lock into and hit them. But on the Mighty Arsenal, if you go that route, it's going to overall increase your drone damage and defense. And again, it's going to reduce your flight velocity. So you're sacrificing speed for a higher defense and more damage. Again, this would work perfectly if you're using sentry drones. If you're using fighters, because you're not basically fighting fast ships with fighters. Well, unless you're a few of those that, just gate camp with supers and and carriers. But yeah, that's where you're going. So, but if you max this out at 45, you're going to get tactical determination. And when any drone is under attack, it's going to trigger the designated tactic. When the shield drops to low, it can be toggled between adaptive determination and desperate determination. Okay. And adaptive determination, all drones route their power to power an engine, reducing shield recharge time and increasing the stasis webifier resistance and flight velocity. And you're also going to get desperate determination. All drones route their power to shield and weapons, increasing damage and shield resistance. Do I feel that this is better than Bombard? Don't know. I'm gonna have to play around with this. I do have Bombard, and I do love when I do get to play. I do love that implant that I use on the carrier, as well as drone boats. I don't know if this one's going to beat that one. I mean, yes, if you don't plan on leveling up to that point where I think it's level 30 on Bombard, where your drones and fighters don't have to come back to your ship to get that explosive charge again and again to reload. If you don't plan on taking Bombard to 30, this one definitely beats it out. But I feel that if you get the other one to 30, I do think that the other one will probably be a little bit better. Unless you are one that's going to micromanage everything and you are very highly adaptive in PvP, then this would basically be a better one. So they're both really good. But let's go to the next one. We got new skills, which is the structure weapon system skill. It's going to pertain to the management and operation of structure weapon systems. Obviously, if you're going to defend your POS or your citadel and you're going to man those guns, it's going to increase the damage and performance of those structure weapons. Basically, it looks like you're just going to purchase and train this with ISK. I don't think you have to worry about getting this through the market. I think it's just going to be in your skills tab, and you just have to pay to unlock it. Now, here's a big thing. You're getting golden AI cores for the super carriers. That's right. If you already mortgaged your house to get your super, what's the next thing you're going to do? That's right. You're gonna take out and refinance the house again to get the core. That's right. If you're one of those rare people that have the core for your super, well, now you can get that AI core, which I don't know. Why would you want to have an AI core on your super? Yes, for the bonuses. Yes, right, for the bonuses, the extra addition where you can. Yes, that I get. But who is going to use the AI function of this? I think the people that are going to basically said, I'm going to go AFK and let the AI core take care of this. You're going to come back to no super. You're going to come back to a pod. I'm just calling it now. I fully understand I'm going to get either comments down below, but I am also expecting some kill mails with some golden AI cores now. Anyway, so let's talk about it. So, of course, it's going to be for the 4 supers, the Nyx, the Wyvern, the Wyvern, the Hell, and the Aeon. And it says here, the powerful performance of the supercarrier means it requires greater maneuverability. Upgrading the AI core requires twice as much material as upgrading a small carrier. Right, because NetEase needs your money. Please, your donations today can feed... No, let's keep going. Sorry. It's a massive cash grab. Alright, so Corporation Tech, the personal expansion. This increases the max corporation members and unlocks the corporation 4 and 5. We've been waiting for this. This is a really good one for those big corporations that need more slots and don't have to keep kicking members out. Yes, you're going to be able to increase the max members of your corporation with this tech upgrade. So let's get to the balance updates. All right. So yes, they went and yes, this is the balance patch. They went ahead and balanced some of the implants. So let's look at the changes to implants. The barrage repression, continuous ramming's ammo reload time has been reduced from 24 seconds to 20 seconds. Again, this is why I think the barrage is still going to be better than the artillery one. Sniping technology, continuous prediction gained a new effect. It reduces the cooldown by 30 seconds. Automatic defense, micro scrambling jammer strength has been increased from 2 to 3. Support projection EMP warheads damage penalty has decreased from 50% to 37.5% to 45%. Let's see. In-flight retardant warhead and in-flight disruption warheads damage penalty decreased by 8%, and that's from 20%. So it decreases. It will decrease more as it levels up. So it looks like it can go down to a max of 8%, and it starts off at 20%. So it looks like there's going to be buffs all the way around. That's what I'm looking at right now. And I did peruse this a little bit earlier, and I really didn't see any nerfs, but I didn't read everything. But let's keep going. Okay, so next we have tactical missiles. And yes, I'm doing this as a one take, so I'm not going to be editing much in this. Increases the maximum damage bonus from 32.5% to 4. That's a huge bump up. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay, so pulse crystal, because your strikers and your navy strikers were not strong enough. That's right. Pulse crystal smart batteries threshold increased from 30% to 32%. Oh, that's the pulse crystal. That's not the focus crystal, though. That's short range. So that's something. Okay, so yeah, I take back the statement about the striker because they have not made any adjustments to the focus crystal, and nor should they. That is, they really do not need to be touching that at all. All right, remote shield force fields recharge effect increased from 15% to 20%, so you got a 5% increase there. Remote armor engineering adjustments effect increased from 30% to 40%. That's a huge bump up. That's 10% additional on that. So let's go down to the general units. So they did some changes to the general units for your implants. Okay, they reduced the repair penalty for the 4 efficiency optimization units for shield booster, remote shield booster, armor repairer, and remote armor repair from 20% to 15%. So that's good. They lower that penalty from 20% to 15%. That's a 5% change. For shield extenders efficiency, the shield bonus is increased from 25 to 30%. For armor plate optimization, your armor hit point bonus has increased from 25 to 30%. So we got 5% gains so far across the board. The reduced velocity penalty of the 4 efficiency optimization. Let's try that again because I'm a little bit tongue-tied here. All right, reduced the velocity penalty of the 4 efficiency optimization units for afterburners, micro-warp drive, drone navigation computer, and fighter micro-warp drive guides from 20% to 15%. Again, we're seeing buffs all the way around. I'm still not seeing any nerfs. For the remote capacitor, we got a penalty reduction of another 5% from 25 to 20%. For fighter control, the efficiency optimization, the penalty has been reduced another 5% there, 20 to 15%. For the fire control systems precision, has been reduced by 10%. Sorry, no. The maximum damage activation time penalty, has been reduced by 10%, from 40 to 30. For the general fire control systems output boost, the damage and activation time bonus has been increased from 25% to 30%, so a good boost there. Drone navigation has gained a new effect. It's going to reduce capacitor consumption by 5% to 30%, 32%. Same with the endurance micro warp drive endurance boost. It's going to reduce capacitor consumption between 5 and 32%. For the mothership defense module defense, you're looking at a reduction of 10% from 40 to 30% on that damage penalty. On the firepower boost, the maximum reduces penalty has been reduced 10% from 40 to 30, and the same on the defense module endurance from 40 to 30 on those penalties as well. For the damage control efficiency optimization, it has been changed to be effective on all resistances. And lastly, for the controls overheating boost, the item description has been changed to effective on all resistances. Alright, now let's move into the balancing for the ships, and they're going to start us off from biggest to smallest. So we're going to start off with the capital ships. It says to improve the assault capabilities of the versatile assault ships, that's your faction carriers there, they have removed the network sensor mode and changed the scan resolution bonus to its base effect. The stasis web of fire resistance is added 25%. They've given it a +3 to warp stability, and they increased the shield extenders and armor plate bonus from 5% to 10%. They've also removed the capacitor consumption bonus, and they're getting another mid slot. So yeah, that's a big change to the faction carriers there. They slightly increased the survivability of all carriers. These increases are primarily reflected in the shield and armor that each ship specializes in. So, for the Chimera, you're going to get increased fighter explosion velocity bonus from 7.5% to 10%, and a effective EHP of +4%. On the Nighthogger, you're going to get more life there. EHP has been boosted by 4.4%. On the Archon, the fighter range has been upped from 7.5% to 10%, and you get a EHP bonus of 5.1%. On the Thanatos, my personal favorite, is increased the fighter defense bonus from 7.5% to 10%, and a EHP bonus of 5%. For the Scion C, you're just going to get a EHP bonus of 2%, because let's face it, that ship is stacked as it is. On your faxes, you're going to get an additional low slot, so that's going to help everything all over. That's on all Force auxiliary ships. You're all going to get that low slot. So specifically though, on the Minakawa, you're going to get a added EHP of 1.3%. On the Leaf, you're going to get 2.6%. On the Apostle, 3.1%. And the Ninzao, you're going to get a 4.3% bonus on that. So those are your caps. Those are the bonuses you're going to get. They didn't touch anything of the Dreads. They haven't, doesn't look like they've added anything for the Supers. Yeah. So let's move on up, down to industrial ships. So they wanted to increase the survivability of certain modules of freighters and jump freighters. So these changes have been made overall. They're each going to get a low slot. They are going to reduce the shield recharge time to 1800 seconds, and they are going to be unable to equip cloaking devices. Let's see. Let's go individually now. The Charon is going to get EHP bonus of 6.1%, the Obelisk 8.7%, the Fenrir 6.6%, the Providence 7.5%, that's a big one right there, the Rhea 4.8%, the Anshar is going to get 8.7%, the Nomad 6.5%, and the Ark 7.7%. For the Rorqual, you're going to get a new bonus. It's going to get Logistic Drones Shield Repair, 50% per level On Orcas, you're going to get an additional low slot, and they also added a bonus of the logistic drones shield repair 10%. On the Bestower, the structure hold capacity has been increased by 10,000 from 30 to 40. On the Sigil, it's going the same, the structure hold capacity from 45 to 60%, big bump up there. And the Sigil 2, same thing, the structure hold capacity from 60% to 80%. Alright, so let's move to battleships now. So the Navy issue battleship shield recharge time has been reduced to 1200 seconds because, why not? The Vindicator, another personal favorite of mine. You guys know how I feel about Spent ships. Alright. The EHP has been boosted by 3%, and you're going to... Oh, that's good. An additional... They added a new bonus. Okay, so stasis webfire resistance, 25%. I need to break mine out of mothballs and get back in the game. Alright, the Rattlesnake has increased drone damage bonus from 475 to 480%. It's not much, it's a 5% bump up. The Scorpion has increased its damage from 15 to 17.5%. The Scorpion 2, same, 20 to 22%. The Armageddon has got its drone damage boosted by 10% from 40 to 50, and the Armageddon 2, same thing, 50 to 60%. On the Typhoon, you're going to get the increased rate of fire bonus on those missiles from 5 to 6%. On the Typhoon 2, you're going to get from 5 to 6%. So it's going to be the same for both ones. On the Megathron, you're going to get increased railgun rate of fire bonus from 5% to 6%. On the Striker variation, you're going to get railgun damage bonus of 4% to 5%. So 1% bonus so far on these ships. The Typhoon and the Megathron, you know what I'm talking about here. Okay, let's continue. On the Navy issue, you're going to get the railgun damage bonus 2% from 20 to 22%. The Tempest Striker is going to get cannon damage bonus 1%, 5 to 6. On the fleet issue, you're going to get 2% bonus damage. That's 20% to 24%. I'm sorry, 4% overall on that. On the Praxis, who flies Praxis? No one really flies a Praxis, and I'm sorry for all you that do fly Praxis, but they're very rare. And I think it's due to the inflated cost of insurance for the ship. It looks nice in my hangar. Okay, your EHP has been bumped by 6.9%, and they increased the damage bonus from 50 to 60%. On the Praxis 2, EHP has been lifted to 2.9%, and the damage bonus is another 10% from 50 to 60. So let's move right to the medium ships. On the Armored Guardian ship, it's removed its armor link deceleration offset effect, so that's gone. On the Guardian Battlecruiser, they added a new bonus. The offset is 12.5%, 17.5% for the force field deceleration effect. On the Guardian Battlecruiser, you're going to get an additional high slot. On the Special Edition Faction Cruisers, Shield Recharge, let's see, Special Edition, those are the Salioses, right? Salioses, the Fiend, those ships, I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about here. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if I am talking out my ass, basically. Let's continue. So, I'm sorry. So, the Special Edition Faction Cruiser recharge time has been reduced by 900 seconds. The Vigilant, again, I have one. I love it. I need to start flying it more. It increased its damage bonus from 12% to 12.5%. Not a huge bonus, 0.5%. But its EHP has been given a boost of 3%. But they also got basically what that Vindicator got. They have an additional stasis web of fire resistance of 25%. On the Adresia, they changed the stasis web of fire bonus to be affected by electronic warfare. They added a new bonus, the flight velocity 2% per level. Inertia modifier is negative 2% per level, and the stasis web of fire resistance is again 25%. On the Salios, they increased its stasis web of fire effect range from 5% to 7.5%. That's pretty good. And its batter modes tracking speed bonus from 12% to 20%. That's a huge jump right there. Okay, it's a nice 8% gain. On the Gnosis, again, who flies the Gnosis? Really? They increased its damage bonus from 25% to 50%. From 25 to 50% to 50% to 100%. So it's basically a 100% boost on that. On the EHP, 2%. I guess they want more people to fly the Gnosis, right? And Eddies, if you are watching, which I highly doubt, because you never watch any of my movies, so my videos. So let's be honest here, you don't. But if you do, and if you are watching this one, make the insurance cost cheaper on the Gnosis, and more people will fly. In fact, if you make the insurance cost cheaper on most ships, they will fly them. Basically, faction frigates, new faction frigates. I'm looking at you. Can we bring that IP down? All right. Next is the Type 2 Offense Battlecruiser. This goes for all types. The inertia modifier has been reduced by 10%, and they increased its warp speed from 2.7 to 3.0. On the Type 3, it's going to be an inertia modifier of minus 15% and increased warp speed from 2.7 to 3.3. So, not a lot of changes on the small ships. Let's look what they got here. On the Navy issue frigates, shield recharge time has been reduced to 600 seconds. Nothing about the IP. That's what we want. We want that. Can you nerf the IP? Nerf the IP on this. Because no one wants to pay $17 billion for a frigate. Okay. On the Daredevil, they added 3% EHP on that, and of course they're going to get what the sister ships got. It's going to get that station's weapon fire resistance of 25%. On the Worm, it's increased its drone command range bonus from 1 to 2 kilometers. On the Dromule, that increased the damage bonus from 14 to 15%, and on the Synesis, again another ship no one flies, they did the same thing. They boosted it by 100%, so 25, 50% to 50 to 100%, and the EHP has been boosted by 4.5%. On the drones, they have strengthened the characteristics unique to all of the factions. So Amar drones are going to get 10% agility. Kaldari is going to get 5% agility, Mimitar 15% agility. The Curator damage is going to be 10%, of the Guard damage plus 15%, and the Bouncer plus 5%. On fighters, they did the same thing. They strengthened these ones. So Amar fighters are going to get 10 plus 10% agility, Kaldari plus 5%, Mimitar plus 15%. On the Shrike and Red-Tailed Hawk, they're going to get 10% agility. On the Amar fighter, with weapon stability plus 20%. They have a little note here saying that the weapon stability affects damage fall-off when attacking fast and small ships. On the Mimitar fighter, weapon stability is 10%, plus 10%. On the Assault, Offense, and Integrated Templar, damage has been increased by 5.8%. And they also increased the damage of other Templar models by 2%. Same thing on the Enherurgy. Come on, guys. You know I'm not going to say that correctly. Anyway, damage has been boosted by 6.4%. And they increased all the other versions of that by 1.6%. On the lightweight ships, it says here, compared to Capsular's prototype ships, lightweight ships have a higher maneuverability, but lower weapon accuracy. This makes it difficult for lightweight ships to achieve the desired level of firepower output. Therefore, we've improved the weapon accuracy and firepower of the lightweight ships, strengthened by the... They're like Oprah, right? You get a buff. You get a buff. Everyone gets a buff. Okay. Alright, so let's talk about the lightweights here. So, the Bomber has got its damage increased by 5%, the Executioner has gotten 5% damage, 20% stability, and the optimal range has been raised from 8 kilometers to 12. On the Coercer, same thing, 5%, 20% weapon stability, and the range has been boosted from 13 to 18 kilometers. On the Slasher, a bonus damage of 10%, weapon stability 10%, and has gone from 8 kilometers to 10 kilometers. And on the Thrasher, 10% bonus on the damage, 10% bonus on weapon stability, and the optimal range now is 15 kilometers instead of 13. On the Atron, its damage has been boosted by 15%, and on the Catalyst, damage has also been boosted by 15%. Now, they made changes to turrets. On the turrets, we got the, let's go, railguns. Small, damage, 5.1%. Medium, 3.4%, and on the large, small is 5.1%, large is 3.4%, no changes to mediums, and on the capital railguns, 10% damage on that as well. On the snub-nosed snubs, we got capital snubs. The damage has been boosted by 5%, so all you Morris pilots out there are cheering. The accuracy fall has been raised from 24 kilometers to 28 kilometers. On the barreled snub-nosed railgun, capital, damage has been boosted by 5%, accuracy fall between 19.2 kilometers and now 22.4 kilometers. On your lasers, all right, so the large pulses have got a fall off raised from 5 kilometers to 8 kilometers. On your capital pulses, that's also been raised from 15 kilometers to 20 kilometers. On your capital beam lasers, it's a 10% damage. And on your capital cruise missile launchers, you're going to get additional 2% damage. Small autocannons, their damage has been increased by 4.28%, and their accuracy has been raised from 5.16 kilometers to 5.4 kilometers. On your medium autocannons, activation time has been increased by 2.3%. Accuracy fall raised from, that's really nothing, 10.3 kilometers to 10.8 kilometers. Large autocannons, the damage is now boosted 4.1%. On the autocannons for capitals, 3.2% damage. Tracking speed has been increased. It's not really much. It's 0.387 to 0.48. Accuracy fall raised from 48 kilometers to 54 kilometers. And on the capital barreled autoguns, you're going to get additional 5% damage, and the range has been boosted to 43.2 kilometers instead of 38.4. On the small strikes, activation time is minus 5.8%. So I guess right here, the medium autocannons, that's the only nerf so far that we've come across. All right, where was I? Oh, activation time. Okay, so medium strike cannons, you're going to get 1% damage boost. Large strike cannons, 2.8 damage, and a minus 4.9% activation time. So, yes, let's make tornadoes great again. Capital strike cannon has been boosted by 10% damage. So, they also made a bunch of changes to modules. I'm sorry, this is going to be a long video because we're going through all the bonuses, and thank you if you've already made it this far. I've been talking for 32 minutes straight, and I've been trying to talk, fast because I do value you guys' time. So, let's continue on with modules. Medium shield extenders cost reduced from 3.6% to 23%. Obviously, the higher the meta level, the greater the reduction. All right, let's go with the steel plate and titanium armors max. That's for 100 MMs. It's been increased by 58%, and the temporary armor increased by 42.2%. So that's pretty damn big. On the 100 mm reinforced steel plates cost has been reduced to 23% through 41%. On the 400s, the max armor has been increased by 44.4%, and the temporary armor by 30%, and the cost has been reduced between 23 and 39%. And on the 1600s, when activated, it's going to increase by 17.7%. Drone navigation computers capacitor consumption is reduced by 10%. Mothership command modules fuel usage has been reduced, slashed in half, 50%. The small armor link module proximity has been raised from 10 kilometers to 20 kilometers. They've also added a new effect, armor repair effect, when activated, 10%. Of course, that's going to scale with your meta level. Your medium armor link activation proximity raised from 20 to 30 kilometers, and it's going to get that same activation, the armor repair effect when activated, but you're going to get 15%. And it's going to be the same for the large. You're going to go from 30 kilometers to 40 kilometers, and the repair effect is going to be 20%. The Beaver Industrial Core Modules Drone Damage Mining Amount Bonus has been increased from 80% to 100%. That's big. And its shield boost has been bonused. It's late. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Its shield boost bonus has been increased from 60% to 75%. Come on, you gotta laugh sometimes. All right, so let's go through these quick ones here. Stand-up small missiles. The damage has... Ooh, that's nice. 51.7%. And I know, I've said multiple times over the years, I hate missiles. I hate missiles. But you know what? I kind of like missiles now. I'm not, due to the implants and everything else, I'm coming around a little bit on the missiles, especially the big changes they've made recently with missiles overall. Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. But I will use them. Okay, so damage has been increased 51.7%, but the activation time has been brought down by 37.5%. On the stand-up medium missiles, the damage has been boosted by 57.9%, and the activation time minus 16.7%. On the stand-up larges, you're going to get 22.3% damage, and activation time minus 27.4%. And the stand-up stasis webifiers range has been raised from 40 kilometers to 50 kilometers. All right, so let's move to what changes they made in industrial... I was expecting a big paragraph on fixes to industry, but no. They're like, hey, industry, this is what we think of you. All right. No, I have not been drinking. I have not. I'm having coffee. But yeah, let's keep going here. Industry, PPD, fluorine, fibers, pyrite, quantity cost has been adjusted to 500. That's it. That's all you get, industry. Sorry. Maybe next year. So let's talk anomalies. Capital cosmic anomalies. Alright, so anomalies, they said with the additions of supers to the main fleets of major factions, the passion for carrier research has also been declined. Pirate factions have reduced their stockpile of advanced capital ship components. They now primarily maintain capital ship testing grounds to conduct specialized research on smaller scale, but at a higher frequency. Capital ship rally points, capital ship special fleets, and capital ship quarries. The spawn rate has now been increased by 15%. That's right, more rallies are going to be around, so if you are grinding, you're going to have a lot more to grind. But they no longer drop advanced capital ship component shipping containers. So if you're hunting that, it's not going to work. So the Capital Rift and the Capital Ship Testing Grounds, they made changes there. It says, are currently the most difficult battles due to their long combat time, long flight distance, and higher difficulty. These factors are not conducive to capsuleers' participation. Therefore, we have made the following optimizations to them. Alright, so they have removed the ores in the large route at level 1. And they have increased the compressed ore capacity at level 2 by 20%. So basically, they all just moved it from one level to the next. They reduced the distance to the route entrance from between 120 kilometers to 90 kilometers, and the area of level 2 has been adjusted to have the same size as level 1. They reduced the number of side routes from 4 to 3, and they removed the most difficult last wave of enemies in each space. The spawn pattern of the supercarrier has not been changed. Alright, so basically, remove the most difficult last. So they removed the last wave, and I guess to save you time, but if you're like me, right, if you do have the time to play, I mean, you're really, well, depends on how you fly. I go in there for the ticks, right, because I don't plan on flying a super. I mean, I wouldn't mind a super, but I'm there to help and help my team, help my alliance, help my corporation farm these things for those that need it, for these group efforts, for these supers and whatnot. So I'm going in there to help out, and I want the tick. So taking away that last wave, yes, you're going to complete it faster, but you're going to make a lot less with it. All right, let's continue. All right, so, okay, for the Capital Rift, they added 2 to 3 capital ships to the first 2 waves, which have relatively low difficulty, respectively. For a Capital Rift, the fuel usage for scans has been reduced to 720,000, and the number of scans per week has been increased from 2 to 3. And they, of course, increased the spawn rate of these testing grounds by 15%. Waste Seeker Cosmic Anomaly. Is this a new one? Is this? You guys let me know down in the comments, because like I said, I've been super busy with work and everything. Is this a new anomaly, or is this brand new, or is this been, you know, in the game for a little while? The Waste Seeker checkpoint has been changed. Okay, so it's been in the game for a little while, where it was only destroyed after all the loot crates have been looted. Remove the common modules and rig blueprints from Waste Seeker checkpoint, and increase the drop rates of the rare blueprints. They removed the rig blueprints from the relic sites, and they've added implant blueprints. So all you explorers out there, that's good for you. Aerospace tactics and the artillery covered. So those two new implants are going to be in these relic sites. So again, go out and explore and, you know, make some money. They increased the drop rates of the perfect salvage parts and the skill chip blueprints at all data sites. Okay. Mining. They reduced the number of gas clouds of C50 and C60 in common asteroid belts. They changed the natural despawn time of the common asteroid belts by 1 day. And the Waste Seeker drones in asteroid cluster of the Cobalt Edge have a tiny chance of carrying advanced strip miners. So meta 5 through 8. Alright, so encounters. In normal encounters, enemy ship wrecks typically drop low-value modules that held some value in early days of new blah, 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 blah. These modules are now outdated. They're not really outdated because, you know, a lot of people do still level up scrap, reprocessing, and that garbage is basically still good because it gets reprocessed and put towards bigger builds. But let's see, they're removing them. They are more inclined to discard them due to their low recycling value. Therefore, okay, so in expert and higher difficulty encounters, they remove the low value modules dropped in the encounter missions. Upon defeating NPC pirates, they will have a small chance to drop the abandoned properties of pirates, which can be used to redeem LP at a station. Okay, that's new. Well, let's check that out. All right, so they got the Lazarus unit gift. It's a new event that's coming between September 20th and October 11th. In order to help capsuleers train skills at will during the event, your tech level reaches the requirement you can claim up to 10 million Lazarus units. I still have, I think, like 15 million or 20 million Lazarus. I don't change my skills that much, but I got a stockpile. Let's see, new arrival. Oh, yay, look, the lucky draws are coming back. Your favorite event, right? Right? Because you love RNG so much. Anyway, that event's coming back September 20th to October 11th. Opening up to 30 times will grant you the corresponding type of implant op supply, with, of course, the new aerospace tactics and the artillery cover. The integrated module draw supply, opening up to 30 times, will also grant you a integrated module op supply with a 4P integrated module, U and a 3P integrated module, and much more. So basically, you know, if you already have your wallet locked away in a safe, get ready to crack that code and crank out your wallets again. Oh, God, could we have ended on a more sour note? Right? That's an old one. It's I'm sorry. I don't like being negative, but you guys know me. I just speak my mind, and especially on these things. And it just seems like after one paying event is over, it's just another paying event and another paying event. It's no, not for me. I won't be doing that. Well, it's the lucky draws, right? So I still have a stockpile of luck boxes from the last 15 events that they've done on the lucky draws. So I'm gonna pop all those boxes one day and see if I can just get that luck amassed, and maybe I can win something that way. But we'll see what happens. But these are your balance for this year, for the end. I don't think we're in another balance again until probably March or April. But I mean, yeah, it's a good patch. It's a good. Not this stuff, not the lucky draws and that garbage, but the buffs are going to be insane. Are we going to see more of a power creep now? I think so. But yeah, they gave everything a buff. I don't see nerfs to anything, but they also didn't buff ships that didn't need it. So like interceptors, you didn't really see a buff there, right? You didn't really see interceptor buffs. Well, I mean, the weapon changes on the smalls, that'll boost them up, but the ship itself didn't really get anything. Not like they're getting another low slot or anything like that. But yeah, I think it's a good patch. Overall, I'm happy with this patch, and I'm excited to see what's going to come next. So yeah, that's the your game news. If you made it this long, it's 45 minutes. So thank you. If you watched it all the way to the end, I really appreciate you. I've appreciated you guys for the last 3 years. I love you guys. I love this community. And yeah, until I talk to you next, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Fly safe. And remember, here, we're always one vision, one purpose, one friend.